everyone. Yes, something that happened to me on Sunday while going to church actually prompted me to make this video. Okay, on my way going to church, I wore my slippers here because once you're going to my church, you don't need to wear your heels. Those shoes are very high because you're going to walk a large place. So I wore my slippers. It has a little heel, like a block heel. I was walking to church, to the place I'm going to take a car. Then I was wondering, I was like, the slipper wasn't feeling on my leg. I was like, hey God, this slipper is about to cut though. I also a shoemaker. I was supposed to repair the shoe. I was like, no, let me just leave it. I can manage it. I can manage it, God. That was how I walked though. I was close to the pedestrian bridge I was supposed to take, only for my slippers to cut. I started walking barefooted on one leg. Gosh, what a very, very bad day. It was not nice at all. I walked barefooted. Finally, I saw a shoemaker close by. He saw me walking barefooted on one leg. I came to him. I was like, okay, I want to repair my slippers. The slipper just pulled out on one spot though. If you know how slippers heels are, just wear one rope is attached to the main heel. That was where it's pulled out. It just required a minimal, sewing. Then I met him. I was like, okay, please, I want to sew my slippers. At first, I didn't want to ask him for price because I felt it was just 100 or 150. Then I asked him how much. He said 400. Eh? He said what? He said Guinea. He said 400. I said 400 naira for this small thing. What are you going to do? He said, he's going to sew it now. You're not using 4. Before you said because 4 is expensive. I told him. And they made me to understand that there are people, they just take advantage of people. Why? Because they feel they are the last hope and the last option those people have. Yes. Let's say you are living in a neighborhood and somebody, maybe his wife just gave birth and through operation or something, and then the hospital, he needs to pay the hospital bills and he doesn't have the money. And he wants to sell the property in the house and he meets you. Please, I want to sell my property. Because I'm in need of money, so I'm not selling it at the real price. I'm going to reduce it. I'm going to be reducing maybe half of the normal price it should be. And then because you feel like, okay, the person is in need of money, you just tell them that you can't pay that price, so the person should reduce it further, more like they're attaching that property. And you know deep down in your heart that that thing is worth more than what the person is saying that you need. And they are just selling it because they increase the competition. That is bad. Don't take advantage of people because you feel you are their last hope. Because you feel you are their last hope, you just take advantage of them. That is very bad. That is bad. Yes. The Bible says what? The greatest commandment is what? Love. Love your neighbor as yourself. If you're in that person's shoes, will you be happy if that kind of thing is done to you? There are a lot of people, they do that a lot. That is evil. In my own opinion, if you see your neighbor, your brother in a critical condition and needs money, and then you have money that you can actually help the brother with, and then stop them from selling their property because they are not thinking, they are not in their right senses. Why bargaining for that property? So if you have the money to support or help your brother, why not even lend them the money? And then they can be paying instrumentally. You have the money that you can lend out, maybe you may not need it in few months time. Why not do that? That's low. Know that because you feel they're in a critical condition, you just feel it's an opportunity for you to break them. First Thessalonians 4:6, so you should not take advantage of people. Don't take advantage of you. That's you taking advantage of them. So today, let us live and love one another. Back to my slippers story. Trust me now. Be like this, it's just to open shop or sewing of slippers that is remaining. I went to the nearby shop and bought super glue 100 naira, and the super glue is still remaining in case you need it for your slippers. I used it for the slippers and it worked perfectly. Right now the slippers is better. I feel the slippers is better now than if they had used their needle and thread to sew it. Yes, thank so much. And remember not to take advantage of people because of their condition. Stay blessed. Bye.